Hello folks, welcome to the channel. Here at the end of the day, had a pretty good day today, up around 1,500, so very good day. I had all wins in all of my trades, so that's the reason why it's so high. And I'm trading with more accounts obviously, so when I do have the good days, they'll be pretty damn good. In terms of my trading today, so with my Bullinox accounts in the London session, it was a fairly easy session for me. This today, I did actually listen to my strategy, focus on what I was supposed to be doing, and this again looked like one of those market environments where I only wanted to take longs. So when we came down to these lows here, we got this double bottom out of VWAP, and I just took that buy and rode it for around 75 ticks. Nothing major, but it did push quite nicely following that, so it was a good trade. I was expecting a bit of a bigger move right now, even in the London session, but instead it came a bit later in the New York session, so it was just a lot of consolidation during London and in the pre-market for New York before it finally exploded up. In terms of my Apex accounts, let's just bring them up. These are what my accounts currently look like. Need to do a little bit better with these. They were, I had made more with these a couple of weeks ago, so need to bring it back up. But let's just bring up the Apex accounts. So you can see here, this is the first trade I took. It was around 75 ticks. We had this strong bullish move, and we had these two bullish fair value gaps here. And there was a small reaction out of the wick of this candle. This earlier bullish fair value gap. So once we came down, I took it for a quick 70 ticks, just based on that quick rejection of the double bullish fair value gap. Wasn't a good trade, I don't think. I think I could have taken a better trade, waited a bit more. Even this candle looks a lot better than the one that I did take, but it was a win. If I'm thinking about what trade I should have taken in New York morning session, it probably should have been the sell from here. That would have been a nice trade. Around 100 ticks it would have been, or 125 ticks. That seems like a much better trade than the one that I took. A much less risky trade as well, given what I know of the market and my understanding of it. This one was very risky. This one not quite as much. So definitely should have taken that one, but it was a win, so I'm not going to be too upset with it, but it was smaller than I should have got. If I had been more patient, I could have got a better move. And then in terms of the afternoon session, the evening session in New York, this is one where I was patient. So we had, at the high of the day, we had a double top formation here. So for me, that had already played out. It would have been something like that. That would have been the move. It had already played out. So I wasn't looking for a continuation sell at that point. I considered that move done. And so we had all these bullish fair value gaps. The highest one was this one. And we got a nice push out of there with this candle and then a double bottom here as well. So I was looking for a rejection of this small fair value gap. And that's what I took. So once my session opened up, I took the pullback with a stop at this low. So that was my entry. I had the stop here, and I was looking for a one-to-one for 100 ticks. And yeah, it turned out to be a really nice trade. Could have held for the highs. The reason why I was fairly confident in this is we'd actually swept this high here. But I'm always aware when we do sweep these levels that we always tend to sweep it and then form a new high. So that's what I was looking for in this trade. I was expecting a new high to be formed, and then perhaps a bigger reversal if that's coming. I'm not sure if it will, but that's what I was expecting at least. At least a new high, an extreme to be formed, and then the market can do whatever it wants. So yeah, in terms of these accounts, they're all looking okay. This is probably the worst one, which is down $400. A couple which are down $100, $200. Hopefully, I can get them up next week. All of these ones that are down, they were part of my low time frame strategy last month, and um, yeah, those weren't that strategy wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. So I'm just dropping that, and I'm going to trade the 5 minute strategy that I usually trade, just in more sessions. I would just trade London with all the accounts, but I just wanted to separate them a little bit just to prevent any mistakes from hitting all of the accounts. So if I make some mistakes, then hopefully I would spare at least a few of them. Also, Bullinox doesn't allow copy trading, so um, I trade that one separately as well. So um, I'm not too fast. 3 accounts, working with 3 accounts for each session is completely fine. You make a decent amount when you have winning days or winning trades. So I'm fairly happy with that. But yeah, anyway, a few of my accounts down, a couple of them getting somewhere. We've got this 25K account, which is up $1,000. I need to make around 2,500 before I can take a payout. Because of the consistency rules with Apex, which isn't a problem. I'll just have once I get the payout, I'll just have more room to work with. So that's not a bad thing at all. Um, yeah, so they're all doing fine, and I'm going to call it here. It's been a good week for me. Fairly quiet. Obviously, it had the holidays in between, so I didn't take a lot of trades. I was only trading properly in the last couple of days when the new year turned. So hopefully, as the weeks kick on, the days kick on next in the coming few weeks, hopefully I can push these accounts up, and I'll see what my monthly returns are per account, and see um, potentially if I extrapolate that a little bit, see what I could make and add or take away accounts. Well, probably add accounts as necessary. Hopefully I do well, but we'll see. It's still the start of the month. Got a lot of time, just taking it a bit calmly. But yeah, that's all for me today. I'm going to call it here, and I will catch you next week when we start trading proper. Bye.